Anger, hate, insecurity, whatever we're hanging on to, we must let it go. It can only be of detriment to us and our lives. I never wanted to forgive anybody, and I almost died. But we must forgive. If somebody we feel has wronged us, harmed us in any way, we have to understand that, again, they're only doing the best they can do. They weren't necessarily thinking about harming us. Possibly not. But it only hurts us if we hang on to it. One of the most important people to forgive is ourselves. Because the longer hanging on to this anger and hate in particular goes on, the more destructive it is to our lives. Lots of great things in my life were completely destroyed because of the way that I was dealing with life. And I didn't really understand why I was acting the way I was, but I'd never really thought about it. This is a great time for us to actually think about how we feel and forgive the people that we feel have wronged us. And think about why it's worth hanging on to it. My family relationships were affected by it. My relationship with my father had completely broken down. And it was a great thing that we did a couple of years ago, going away to Rome, just the two of us, for a weekend, and spending all that time together and rebuilding a relationship. All right, we'd been rebuilding it over the last few years, but we're mates now. We can't allow what's happened in our lives to be so destructive ongoing. Guilt. Lots of the time, when I didn't go and see my grandfather, I was guilty and I was angry and I hang on to it. Lots of the time, there was nothing we could do about the situation, and it's just where we were at that time. But we feel like we could have done more, we should have done more, and we carry it with us, and it's absolutely no good. We don't understand how destructive it is until everything falls apart and we're completely miserable and we don't know what to do. We don't have to condone people's behaviour that have wronged us. By forgiving them, we are allowing ourselves to be free of the suffering, because that's what we're doing. By carrying it around, we're just continuing this suffering. And on a cellular level, because epigenetics says it's our perception of the environment which sends signals to the cell membrane which expresses the gene, we make ourselves ill. Because with the anger and the hate and insecurities and the guilt, we are stressed and we're sending bad signals to our body. Because that's how it works. The brain, the body, the mind is all working together. We can't afford to carry on doing this, or we end up destroying our own lives, as I almost did. Take this time that we have. If you don't want to get to know who you are, think about why are we hanging on to the things that we're hanging on to, and let them go.